don't understand. I wasn't making any jokes about anyone. I was just saying, God.
Thank you. This summer has been a very busy summer where we have been planning and working through for the HEC, which you heard. We also have gone through a reorganization, and I would like the three deans that are the new deans to please stand up. Thank you. Chosen chairs and lead faculty for all of the departments. There are many who were chairs before that now have additional responsibilities, and there are those who are new. So interview all of the chairs, and you were very competitive, and we are very proud. These chair positions are for 3 years, and every 3 years the faculty will choose whether they will continue to serve or there will be a new chair. That goes the same for the lead faculty. And so with this new team in place and 4% increased enrollment as of today, I believe that Santa Fe Community College is well on its way to become one of the best community colleges in this nation. And I thank all of you for helping us do that. So thank you so much. And as we have done in the past 11 months, one of the vice presidents, it's Randy's turn this month, will present the update on one of the academic programs, which is the healthcare program.
Excuse me. Before we do that, I wanted to mention something that I thought was really critical. Those of you who came to the convocation, I thought in all the years I was here at the community college, we never brought up the employees or had them stand up, and I thought that was really critical, and it made me feel very, it made me feel as a board member, but as a former employee, very empowered to know who were the new people, who were the new folks. Even now, I think it's a really good thing, because it lets people see what changes are being made and how well they're being made. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, Dr. Guzman, really pleased today to give you a brief update on the healthcare programs. I'm going to turn it over to Jenny Landon. She's our new Dean for Health, Math, and Sciences. And we're going to just let you know a few things that are going on. A lot has happened over the last few months, and a lot more is about to happen. So I'm going to let Jenny take it over.
Thank you. It's a real honor to be here. And if I was told to be quick. So if I go too quick, just let me know and I'll slow down. I just wanted to start off our little discussion with a picture from commencement in May. And you're looking at the nursing faculty there. Simulation update. If you have not had a chance to come visit our simulation center, I invite you to come over. We would love to give you a tour. I'd like for Ray Jetty to stand. We recently asked Ray to take on some extra duties as our simulation coordinator this summer, and he has not stopped running since. He's done a great job. Thanks, Ray. We also hired, with some grant money out of nursing, to work for us, Patrick Nichols, and he's just been amazing. And we're hoping that once his duties are done in terms of setting up everything for us, that he can remain with us part-time. There's been a lot of repair. That's the other thing that Christus is trying to work with us on. We had a group of like 10 physicians that came over for a tour, and they were really impressed. And now they're working with us in terms of continuing education for the physicians. And in return, offering us some startup training material, such as their Cerner software, which is what they use for all their computers and charting and whatnot, their electronic medical record keeping.
I'm not Barbara Mascareñas, in case you didn't know. She's no longer with us, so she left, before I came. She was gone by the time I came. So I'm not sure how this WOWgram works, or how Ernest got selected by Barbara or nominated by Barbara, but he's certainly worthy of receiving this award. What he does with students is amazing, and I think all of you have seen that here. And we use those student ambassadors for many different things throughout the college. And he's now doing a leadership course, which I think is wonderful. So, congratulations.
I'm going to save my comments for the other part.
Okay.
This is the first time you'll ever hear me not.
And Ernest, how many more ambassadors are you going to have this year?
We're going to have 35 thanks to you, Linda, the board, and the folks that have supported us. We're just about there at the 35.
There you go.
And they got here 2 weeks ago for a 2-day retreat. So they spend 16 hours of training. They'll be here on Friday to get ready for Welcome Week, for 2 weeks of solid work to really welcome our students and be prepared for our 7,000 plus or 6,000 students. So we're excited. We're pumped. You guys are awesome. So thank you for that.
You know, I want to say a couple words about. When I was faculty representative for Phi Theta Kappa, we had an induction ceremony where the students could come up and say thank you for somebody who helped make this moment possible for them. And the most frequent name that came up was Ernest. And students didn't talk about just a particular thing that he helped them with, but about finding themselves. So thank you, Ernest.
Mr. Chair, Madam President, members of the board. My name is Anthony Apodaca, and I've been an employee here for a little bit over 5 years with the Safety and Security Department. And first off, I'm glad to hear that Dr. Guzman's contract will be held up. She has been nothing but great. I interact with a lot of students, staff, and faculty, and never once have I had a student come to me and complain or have any concerns about Dr. Guzman. And a lot of the students seem enthused with the direction the college is going. And every time Dr. Guzman sees myself or any other staff from the security office, she makes it a point to tell us hi, to check on us, to see how we are doing. And she makes me feel appreciated and important here at the Santa Fe Community College. And I work the evening shift, and I'm here late night, and I see Dr. Guzman here leaving 7, 8 o'clock at night with her staff working, compassionate and passionate about the college. And I just want to thank Dr. Guzman and applaud her for all that. And thank you for keeping her contract, and keep up the good work, Dr. Guzman.
Okay, I'm going to get right to it. Thank you, President Guzman, for meeting with me to discuss issues of sustainability at SFCC. I hope we can work together in support of common goals regarding zero waste. The college's image to many sustainability-minded students was projected as that of a progressive school grounded in the idea that we, humanity, can prevent our current path of environmental destruction by adopting sustainable practices now. Further, we believed that the campus administration had come to the understanding that these practices make sense and a practical framework in that sustainable campuses save money. SFCC has lived up to its goals in many ways, but can improve to be a prototype of sustainability and a full circle system of zero waste, as referenced by the board's zero waste resolution in 2011. After talking to my fellow students, other community members, and being asked by President Guzman to create an implementation plan, I am asking the governing board and president to move forward on the following. Please vote, I am requesting that the board and president discuss a resolution at the next SFCC board meeting in September to, 1, help submit a 5-year implementation plan for zero waste this semester to be submitted to the board, defining roles by all departments and students in order to achieve zero waste, starting with the plastic bottle ban. This will add security to the faculty, staff, and students that plan their future, hoping that SFCC remain true to its commitments towards sustainability and zero waste. 2, establish zero waste policy from the top down with the president taking a role of leadership. Start this semester, fall of 2013, with stopping the sale of plastic bottled water. There's a plastic water bottle ban attached to the handout I'm going to give you, and I'd appreciate it if you could look at it. Help with the elimination of plastic bottled drinks. Please vote to add the plastic water bottle ban addendum to the plastic water bottle ban to include all plastic bottle drinks that can be replaced by aluminum cans, glass, compostable cups, or reusable bottles. Start a campus-wide waste audit. Please plan to buy or buy sortable waste stations. 3, invest in campus community awareness program. Invest in a campus community awareness campaign that helps adversarial groups understand sustainable concepts and alternatives, such as reusable bottles and coffee mugs, explaining the sortable waste stations, campus composting, biofuels, and zero waste effort. Short term this semester, explain the plastic bottle ban and alternatives, such as reusable bottle giveaways available so that choice of beverage is not limited, but more environmentally friendly. Commit resources to the employment of competent staff that can carry out these critical campus operational practices. Why is the SFCC Sustainable Coordinator a temp? Define who or what department is in charge of the zero waste program. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, Madam President, thank you for allowing me to speak today. Briefly, I just wanted to say thank you specifically to Dr. Guzman. I am recently in a new position now, the safety officer for the Santa Fe Community College. And prior to that, I was a supervisor for security. I found in my personal experiences where Dr. Guzman to be extremely supportive of our department.
Mr. Chair, Madam President, members of the board. I was a little disturbed with some of the newspaper articles that I read, and part of it bothered me is because we have a new president, and with a new president, there's always going to be change. And I think everybody in this room understands that. I came from New Mexico State University. I worked with 8 presidents there. Every single president came in and made changes, many of them drastic. Some of them were changes that were made where they announced on their equivalent to our Jack, it was called Hotmail there, or Hotline. And so people found out that they were moved positions by reading the email. And so I think that what Dr. Guzman has done here is she's really communicated why she's making these changes. She's met with the staff, with the faculty to talk about that. The other thing that sort of bothered me was they said 47 people left. Well, there was a retirement incentive. There were at least half a dozen retirement incentives while I was at New Mexico State University. My husband retired with one. He retired about 5 years before me. I retired under a retirement incentive, and there were about 100 people or more that retired when I did. So that's a very common practice. And I think that President Guzman has come in and she's pointed out, she's placed a clear vision of where she wants to see this institution go. And I think she's communicated it very, very clearly. And I don't know, but I I think what happened in this past year has been pretty amazing. Like I said, I've worked for many presidents, and I've not seen that much progress in 1 year. But I think the other thing that has happened is most of the presidents, well, all of the presidents that I worked with had been provosts or vice presidents before they came. So they had to learn how to be a president. So they spent some time learning how to be a president. President Guzman came in knowing how to be a president, knowing what a community college should look like. So I think the accomplishments have been tremendous this year, and I applaud you for that. A lot of the ideas you brought and a lot of the things that we promoted. And it's for that reason that I applied for the position. I would not have applied for the position if I didn't think this was an institution going somewhere. So thank you.
Good evening. My name's Ernest Kavanaugh, and I've been here, I'm starting my 16th year at Santa Fe Community College. I'm a graduate. I'm your alumni. I'm someone that you all created and molded from your own backyard. So when we think about it, why would I be here? Why would I want to come and talk to you all when I could be with my grandkids and then pulling my hair? One is because this young lady, Dr. Guzman, any of you on the hiring committee, anybody in here, would you raise your hand? Remember when we were there doing this? Was it easy? No. Now, I want you to watch this board for a second. How many folks here believe leadership at this capacity can be challenging? Raise your hand. I just want you to look at that just for a second. Okay? I teach leadership to our students, and they are not shy about challenging the process. I'm gonna with this small little book that I use, there's 5 models. Model the way, inspire a shared vision, challenge the process, enable others to act, and encourage the heart. Those are 5 very simple models. What this young lady's done, what we asked her to do as a committee, well, I'm 52, so I'm going to stay right in there. One of the things that you did is you said when you sat here is that we asked you to take us to the next level. Now, was that going to be easy? You have really looked at the vision and put that challenge to task. Now, there's times that I'm like, really? So you're really going to do this? There was times like I was like, I don't know. But with leadership, you got to be able to learn how to challenge a process. And you got to lead by example, by modeling the way. So what you did is you encouraged the heart for many of us to look deep and start making things happen. Do we see some of our peers leave? Yes, we did. Was it hard? Yes, it was. But the fact is you're taking us to that next level. My students, in my leadership, when you guys decided to take us another 10 students up, I went from a 3.2, a 3.12 overall GPA in terms of my team. These are students that are not your typical select, let me pick the best. 15 to 65-year-old students working together to make a better community. What you've done for us in this institution is made a better community. Internal, external. Dr. Gonzalez is my immediate out of our department. What you funnel, you must be modeling, because then she does the same thing. And it's a ripple effect. The ripple effect, what the board does, you model for us out in the community. I am proud of what you do. Because we look at you and we have to recognize, are you doing the job or not? And yes, you are. So in closing, what I like to say, and this is the hardest 3 minutes for me in my life, let me tell you, is you stay doing what you're doing. Don't worry about the rest. Let us hit the grindstone, go to work. For those of us that are in the work and doing what we should be doing, that's what makes the difference. So keep us going. Don't worry about a thing. They'll support you. And we'll support you. And there's challenges. Let me tell you, you got some back over here. But I believe if we work together, seriously, as adults, what a concept. We could be the best community college this country has ever seen. So thank you for what you're doing.
Remind folks that there are a few things that have, Dr. Guzman came to us at a time when we really had some problems. And for us to expect her in 11 months to fix problems that she didn't even have a hand in creating, I think is not fair and it's not reasonable.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, Madam President, and board members. And I'm speaking from the point of view when I was a chair, not as a new dean. She's been a mentor. She has never, ever snubbed me when I needed to talk to her. I catch her in between meetings in the hall, you know, and she always talks to me, and it's always something that's very important to me because it's important to my faculty and my students. And she listens, and not only does she listen, but she gives me good ideas and good feedback, and she helps us achieve what we need to achieve. One of the things we were missing on campus, and as far as I was concerned in my areas, was that we were not being allowed to grow. We were told we couldn't have more classes. We couldn't go out in the community. We needed to sit behind our desks. We need to be very static. Well, this is a new wave on campus. We can grow programs. We can get out in the community. We can make connections with law enforcement. We can grow criminal justice. We can grow legal studies. We can, you know, I mean, it's just amazing to have that freedom. So I just wanted to thank you for that, and thank you for the mentorship and the opportunity to be one of the new deans. Thank you.
One of the things that I think has happened with Dr. Guzman, she came in with a very clear focus and a very clear vision. And it has always been about serving students and about how we can best go about doing that. And I know when she met with us, she had us doing a few things that we hadn't been doing before, but she also supported some of the things that we had been doing. And the amount of support, the visibility that we got as a result of her assistance and making student success much more of a priority and more visible was remarkable. And it was something that I think the students really needed. And I think that the sense of urgency about helping students succeed is probably one of the best things that Dr. Guzman has brought, because our students need our help, and that we need to be effective. We need to use our money wisely. We need to organize in a different way. And I have to say, Dr. Guzman has asked us to reorganize. That I lost an advisor position. I gave up an advisor position to start the Center for Academic Transitions for that coordinator position. And we have been fine.
Thank you for letting me come and speak in front of you. I speak in support of Dr. Guzman. My name is Linda Tubles. I am currently the Office Administrator for the Office of the President. I've been employed here at the Santa Fe Community College for 3 years. I came to the college not for a career advancement, but to continue my education. I started as a work study 5 years ago in the financial aid department. After a few months, I took a position with the Office of Finance and Administration.
Good evening. My name is Jerry Trujillo. I want to start out tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a fourth generation Santa Fean, so community means a lot to me, especially here in Santa Fe. Being vested here, growing up here, you know, but I chose Santa Fe because it was close to my heart. It was my community, and this is where I wanted to be. I'm here at the Santa Fe Community College because I want to be here. I want to be here to serve our community. And what I want to say, I guess that's a little bit about me personally. Here professionally, I didn't know if I'd like teaching. I fell in love with it. I was faculty and had an opportunity here at the community college to become a chairperson, to invest in some leadership. I'm a retired captain from Santa Fe Police. I went through many mayors, several mayors. I went through several city councilors, and I also went through 9 chiefs of police, all of them leaders, all of them making changes. Some weren't so good, some changes. Some were very good, but there was always some kind of resistance. I can say, by the way, not once had I seen any leader cut administration and put the money back where it belongs, where it's needed. And you did that, you know, President Guzman, with the faculty, and that reflects back on our students and back to our community. So that was impressive to me.
It is to make decisions but the decisions that are made are positive decisions. I hear a lot of positive things. I only have 3 minutes, and I'll make it quick because I'm not the last one. I thought I was. But I'm happy to be here in Santa Fe. I'm happy to be working under her leadership. She brought me here as your Director of Facilities Management. There's really one tough job in the institution, and that's the president's job. And the other one, I feel, is running the facilities. I was going to say, it really is. But you know what amazes me? What amazes me is that the president here, she's all for the students, all for the faculty. But she just doesn't know academics. She knows business, she knows projects, she knows facilities, and she made it clear to me. When I said, wow, President, that's really smart. Because she does smart things, but it's clear. And I want to say thank you very much for supporting her. As you support her, you support the rest of the Santa Fe Community College and the community. And the people here that you're listening to, they're speaking from the heart. President, I'm happy to be here to support you.
I think that a lot of people who are not here with a different opinion might be afraid of losing their jobs if they were to express their thoughts. And but we support change when it's positive and it's going to benefit the students and teachers and everybody here in the community. I have 2 questions. You mentioned you were an advisor. Oh, cool. Well, that's great, because we don't want to lose any advisors. And also for the safety, for the security guard, do you have coworkers whose position or job title is temporary? Yeah, I think there's some safety department security guard whose job's title is temporary, and I think they should be able to have more job security if that's possible for your department. And really, I came to thank the board for hearing our concerns about implementing enduring policies and taking action in regards to the SFCC sustainability plan and the zero waste resolution that is supported by the American College and University's President's climate commitment. There was a temporary single-use plastic bottle ban trial over the summer, and for us that was a partial victory that the bookstore was not selling and producing so much waste, because this means that the institution will reduce its ecological carbon footprint. And also the fact that we don't come on Fridays is a huge improvement in the fact that it's less fossil fuel, and we like that. But there's some students that come from Albuquerque who take the train, and it would be great if the school had a shuttle that would help them get from the train station out there to on campus. I wanted to mention that. And so apparently some community members are discontent here about many things, but one of them was the temporary trial, because there was no alternative like cups by the water fountain or reusable containers for people to have access to free clean water here on campus. And I understand why they are now collecting a petition to dismantle the work that's been done in the past 4 semesters to implement this enduring policy. We would like support from the school to inform these people who oppose this why it is a social and environmental justice cause that the school stops selling these single-use waste like styrofoam and plastics. And so there are proposals out there for to be able to implement this policy forever, hopefully, and not just for this summer. And we would like to share these proposals. We have limited time, but I wanted to mention that the bottled water deception is as massive as the tobacco industry false advertisement of the 50s. And we need to realize this because they want to privatize our own municipal water resource. And students and staff and teachers here should have access to free water on campus. And this is very important, that we are not fed the chemicals that come with plastic bottles. So are we going to let our community and young Santa Fe students be ripped off with the privatization of our own municipal water resource? The student debt loan scheme is already ripping off young North America with high college cost and gilding and systematic predatory lending that helps fund enormous administrative salaries while the regular worker earns minimum wage. And okay, I just have a couple more things. Thank you. So let's please thank you for making rational decisions in issues like the ban on bottled water, which will lead us to zero waste. And thank you for listening to our teachers, because if they are well treated, we will be well treated. And overloaded and underpaid teachers doesn't work. And please raise the student workers wage, which is $8. So if we could be raised to minimum wage, that would be great for the students that work here. And I mentioned the shuttle. That's important for ABQ students. And lastly, note that the Santa Fe City Council has already mentioned not only a plastic bag elimination, but they're talking about a plastic bottle ban. So if we do it here on campus first, it will lead the way to make us an example nationwide. So thanks.
Thank you. And now we'll be going into the Faculty Senate report. Was there going to be a student government report there, Sean?
Yes.
Okay.
First off, thank you, Chair Abeta, Dr. Guzman, and the board for having me sit on the council. I will do everything in my power to bring the vital information back to the SGA. I wanted to, let's see, the first thing, I wanted to say with the water bottle ban, the SGA supports Matt Sherman and Sage Bird. We're there to help you if you need anything, so let us know. The Fiesta Council will be coming next Wednesday from 10:30 to 12 in the campus center, so anyone that wants to meet them is welcome.